Hello, 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 hello. This is my first YouTube stream, but I've streamed a couple times on other platforms. But today I thought I could read you some of my favorite storybooks from when I was a kid. This one, I have had this book for as long as I can remember. Sorry if there's any dog hair or cat hair. And it is the Jolly Pocket Postman. And this is quite a unique book if you have never seen it before, because it has a lot of secrets and puzzles and other little hidden things inside of it that make it quite an interesting read. So, this is The Jolly Pocket Postman by Janet and Alan Alberg. It's quite old, so I hope you won't mind if it crinkles a little bit. Sorry about that. apologize for that. Okay. So, this is the Jolly Pocket Postman. And I do hope that I have all of the pieces inside of it, but I didn't actually check, so I guess we'll find out together. Okay, so for you, once upon a summer's morning, the Jolly Postman woke up yawning, cooked his breakfast, fed the dog, read the paper, kissed the frog, got his coat and grabbed his hat, found his tire was pancake flat, blow me down, blow me up, went back for another cup, rubbed his chin, scratched his head, and walked to work instead. So, there is this envelope over here, and if we look inside, then we have a note for us, and it says, "Dear reader, pleased to meet you. Welcome to this book. Enclosed you'll find a useful lens. In here, let's take a look. Read on, read in and out, read up and down and round. The story hurtles through the air, it burrows underground. And use your lens to peep and spy. There's more in here than meets the eye." And here's our lens. Put that back. And if you take a look, there are little things that you can see, and the work on his wall says, "There's no place like home." There's also some stuff on his newspaper. Let's see. Master John Green is helping police with their inquiries. Farmer wants wife. Interesting. And there's the frog that he kissed. Not really sure why he would kiss the frog. Okay. A letter for the miller, a postcard for the mice, a parcel for the pussycat, a pair of boots, that's nice, a letter for a long-haired girl, a letter for a shoe, a phone bill for a rowing boat, but below me, where's the crew? The Jolly Postman takes his ease, a shady spot, a cool breeze, till suddenly, oh dear, oh my, a giant rattle from the sky lands him a tremendous clout and knocks him out. So you can see all of the letters that he delivered to the long-haired girl. And then there's the mice and the pussycat. And there's the boat. A phone bill for the rowboat because there's a little phone there. If you can see it. Interesting. And the miller he's there. Meanwhile, above, a giant mother says, "Never mind, we'll buy another." The tire was flat, the postman's flatter. His poor dog wonders what's the matter. He licks his master's pale cheek. The postman seems about to speak. "I'll be all right, I'm feeling better." And then a rabbit with a letter goes running by. The dog gives chase. The postman too joins in the race. All three of them, oh bless my soul, go diving down a rabbit hole. You can see Bunny's little tail right there. A postman in a tunnel, a dog head over heels, a rabbit in a hurry. He moves like he's on wheels. And he is. A letter in a rabbit's paw, a letter on the ground, a postman with a puzzled look. What's this I found? You can see here this letter right here is actually the same as the one we're about to discover. It says, "Read me." Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. So, bumped your head and in a spin, lost and all at sea. Just find the party in the woods and have a cup of tea. And in the very middle, there's a little teacup. And it says, "Drink me." And there's nothing on the back. Okay. And now, hooray, the postman sees a table set beneath the trees. A girl named Alice in a chair, a hatter and a mad March hare. Goodbye, hello there, lovely weather, the hare and hatter shout together. While Alice says, "Here, sit by me. How are you? Would you like some tea?" The postman sips, the postman drinks, the postman shivers, smiles, and shrinks. What will he do? How will he cope? He's shut up like a telescope, and his dog too. And you can see it goes down, down, down. And the dog drank some of the tea. Oh no, the drink me. There's a cat on a post. And the boat here is actually named Alice's Tears. My word, the pocket postman cries, astonished by his pocket size, his pocket dog, his pocket hat. What kind of cup of tea was that? With tiny steps in tiny shoes, he travels on in search of clues, and finds quite soon a curious tree of letters. Is there one for me? Alice, meanwhile, now 12 feet tall, has pulled a face and begun to bawl. She ate the little eat-me cake, a huge mistake. So, let's see. We have Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, rich man, poor man, beggar man, postman, and thief. So, we've got the postman one. Okay. Insure against accidents. Hobgoblin Indemnity Company. Alright, let's see. Oh dear. So that's a spider that jumps out. Okay. Let's see. Sorry about the tea. Stop. Should have drunk. Pop. Stop. How? Sorry. Mind how you go. Stop. Try not to stop. Stop. Alright. Interesting. A flabbergasted postman. A scary spidergram. A postman in a pickle. A postman in a jam. But now look out. There's worse to come. Don't stop. Keep going. Scram. A bat, a rat, 3 newts, a frog. Pursue the postman and his dog. Is this a dream, or am I mad? Then, just when things look really bad, the postman's cries for help are heard by a friendly passing postal bird. You can see everything jumped out of the spidergram. And down here it says a little sign the bug is holding. To escape the horde, climb aboard. Okay. Feeling better, flying high, the postman waves the bat bye-bye, thanks the pilot, first class flight, bails out at a dizzy height, and lands with a bump on a biscuit tin. Is anyone in? Meanwhile, a wolf in postman's clothes, how did he get them, goodness knows, arrives to offer bad advice. Shut your eyes, this part's not nice. Eat me, drink me, that won't do. This'll solve it, I'll eat you. No fear, the postman cries, you scamp, and climbs into the nearest stamp. So you can see this naughty wolf here is trying to eat this little gingerbread man. Not very nice indeed. So we are climbing aboard onto Jolly the Visitor, McVitie House, Little Toe Lane, Toy Town. Let's see. Oh dear. Okay. What next? The breathless, damn-sized postman. No time for rhyme, he's getting smaller still, clambers in through the window, past the curtains, to a charming room full of toys and children, set upon by a spider, number 2, in up the spout probably. He takes refuge in a box of tin soldiers, one of whom is particularly steadfast on only one leg. Do you know that story? Meanwhile, the gingerbread boy, you'll be glad to hear, has made his escape. Run, run as fast as you like. You can't catch me, I'm riding a bike. Only then he gets a puncture. More of him later. Soon the soldiers are removed from the box by a little girl. She places the postman plus dog on guard. On the windowsill, and incidentally puts the one-legged soldier in a castle with a beautiful paper dancer, where they live happily ever after. This is the jolly version. Next thing, wow, a draft billows the curtains, and out tumbles the postman. Fall number 2. No parachute, though. Then up pops the spider again, down the spout this time. It'd been raining. Luckily, a boy comes along, finds the postman, and sails him in a paper boat in the rain water down. In the rain water down the gutter, and then unluckily down the drain. Help, tunnel number 2, rat number 2, disaster number 22. Out shoots the postman in his soggy boat, and down he sinks into the mighty river. Is this the end? No. Next thing, Jonah and the whale. He's swallowed by a fish, which long after he gets caught and carried off, which not long after gets caught and carried off to market. Bought and brought home to the very house the postman started out from. But no time for rhyme, no time for coincidence. The postman's still in peril, about to be cooked for tea. Fish and postman pie. Oh my. Here's giant voices. The cook is shouting. There's pepper everywhere, and a howling baby. Or is it a pig? Oh dear, we're running out of space. Can you read this at the back? Anyway, the postman sees his chance. The baby and the cook are sneezing and tiptoes from the pie dish. We're getting out of here, he tells his dog. And they do. Now the very back. The perfect gift. 25 toy soldiers. Environmentally friendly. The entire set from only one tin spoon. Away from the house and down the lane, the peppered postman racks his brain. As he worries more about being less, he meets a girl in a gingham dress, a scarecrow, a lion, and a tall tin man who offer to help him all they can. You must come with us, they cry, because we're off to see the Wizard of Oz. Just then, when the postman's about to agree, he's blown away by sneeze number 3. Achoo. Blow me down, blow my nose, man and Daisy, dog and Rose. Meanwhile, above them in the sky, a flying letter flutters by, without a name and no address. From whom? For whom is it intended? Guess. Alright. There are lots of little things in here. There's a little flower fairy. And what did it say? Man and Daisy. Where are all the daisies? There are lots of daisies. But where is our postman? Man and Daisy. Let's look. And there's a dog in a rose. Oh, there's the dog. Right there. Now we're looking for the postman. Ah, there he is. Down there. Okay. Here we have the letter. map. We can follow the yellow brick road. So we are here. We've got to follow it all the way down. Past the looking glass and the poppy field, Rugged Rocks, McDonald's Farm, Hamlin, London Bridge, the house that Jack built, Neverland with the Lost Boys, all the way to the Emerald City. Wave farewell to worries all and trouble's heavy load. Just redirect your tiny feet to follow the yellow brick road. Okay, and now we have quite a small little postcard here. Let's see. Here we are, made it. Alice right size now. Dorothy magicked me with her ruby slippers. Tin Man has a heart, and so on. The Hatter a better hat. Gingerbread Boy an improved flavor. Off to Kansas soon. In Wizard's balloon. Alice is coming to stay. Yes, yippee. Bye for now. Alice, Dorothy, and Toto. P.S. On the way we met a nice boy, Peter Pan. Alice loves him. No, Dorothy does. P.P.S. Did we dream you, or did you dream us? A postman with a sparkling map. A girl named Dorothy. This is the place we told you of. The road to Oz, she says. A postman with a tiny frown. A tiny dog so small. You almost need a microscope to know he's there at all. Or a lens. And I believe he's right here in Dorothy's hand. Believe, actually, that this does not belong in that one. Let's see. Meanwhile, a girl so hugely high you'd need a telescope to spy if she had washed her neck or ears above the tiny trees. Appears. It's only me, for goodness sake. All I did was eat a cake. Then I shot up like a rocket. She has the Hatter in her pocket. We have the Hatter here. Just hanging out. Poor Alice. And now, almost, the final scene. Down in the clover, cool and green, the puzzled postman rubs his chin and wonders, how did this begin? Suddenly, oh dear, oh my, the gingerbread boy comes hurtling by, avoids with ease the Hatter's hat, but knocks the jolly postman flat. Let's see. He has repaired his flat tire earlier. A curious rippling in the air, a ringing in the ears. The scene begins to shift and fade until it disappears. The postman, much to his surprise, returned now to his former size. Things are not always what they seem. Was all that shrinking just a dream? A miller with a cup of tea. You've had a nasty bump, says he. Once upon a summer's morning, the jolly postman wakes up yawning, with a bandage round his head and a crowd around his bed, and a dog curled up upon it, and a baby in a bonnet, a bottle and a spoon, 3 times daily, get well soon. And the nurse says, feeling better? Look, the postman's brought a letter. Postwoman, actually. As you can see. Postwoman, and it certainly is. The Jolly Postman, Wincy Ward, Cock Robin Memorial Hospital. Let's see. Okay, so if the tire had not been flat, for the Jolly Postman, a bit of bedtime reading. Get well soon from Dorothy and Alice. Just suppose if the tire had not been flat, pancake flat, then the postman would have gone with a bike to ride upon, so much faster on his round than when the rattle hit the ground on that sunlit summer's day. He'd have been a mile away, and in a quite different story, full of flying hooves and glory. Yes, the rattle would have missed him, and a princess would have kissed him, and a grateful king said, rise, Sir Jolly Postman, take the prize. Half my kingdom in her hand, she's the fairest in the land. Then throughout the population there'd have been a celebration, with processions far and wide for the jolly groom and bride. And by, well maybe, a jolly postman baby, with a royal bike and rattle of his own, and a throne. But that's not all. Before all this, before the baby, bride, or kiss, the giant rattle from the sky would still have dropped, oh dear, oh my, and clouded Robin Hood instead. Then he'd be bandaged up in bed, with his merry men who'd found him, sipping cups of tea around him, and Marian, of course. While elsewhere in the greenwood shade, the babies in the wood would have been quite dismayed. No Robin Hood, what woe, what sorrow, they won't get rescued till tomorrow. Yes, if the tire had not been flat, pancake flat, if that small amount of air had still been there, what a difference, what a change. All of those lives, how peculiar, how strange. All those lives to rearrange, how peculiar, how strange. On the other hand, the tire was flat, so that's that. The end. Nearly. Yes, I do believe this is where this goes. Here. But I can read it again. Here we are, made it. Alice, right size now. Dorothy, magic me with her ruby slippers. Tin Man has a heart, and so on. The Hatter, and a better hat. Gingerbread Boy, an improved flavor. Off to Kansas soon, in the Wizard's balloon. Alice is coming to stay. Yes, you be. Bye-bye for now. Alice, Dorothy, and Toto. P.S. On the way we met a nice boy. Peter Pan. Alice loves him. No, Dorothy does. P.P.S. Did we dream you, or did you dream us? The Jolly Postman reads his book, with once more a puzzled look. Eats his breakfast on a tray, gets up later in the day, takes his medicine, takes a stroll, sees a gander score a goal, eats his supper, cheese and bread, reads his book again in bed, snuggles down a cozy spot, and starts to dream, or maybe not. Meanwhile, from a tremendous height, out in the dark and starry night, above the hills and under the sky, where warm winds blow and witches fly, head over heels and golden brown, a giant teddy tumbles down. The end. Really. Oh, and there's a leaf here. So that is The Jolly Pocket Postman, which has been a favorite book of mine ever since I was a child. But it is not the only book that I have. So let's see. Let's see. Here we go. The next book we're going to read is The Adventure of Amelia Earhart Butterfly in Bye Bye Dragonfly. I don't entirely remember this book too much. I do remember that I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I just hope that I didn't color in it too much. I was pretty bad for that as a child. I would color in anything that looked like it could potentially be a art book. Okay. Let's see here. The sun sparkled on the pond as Amelia sputtered on her landing towards the fields. After 23 tangles and trips, Amelia Earhart Butterfly was trying to land the 24th time. Splat! Amelia was on her back. Looking up at the clouds, her friend Orville Wright Butterfly ran over to help her up again. "I quit. I never want to fly again. Sorry. I quit. I never want to fly again, Orville, cried a discouraged Amelia. Orville knew that when Amelia became a butterfly, landing was part of her. Landing was a part of her at that moment, but Despicable Dragonfly had met her in the air one day and left some thoughts in her mind. You were never meant to fly, Amelia. When you land, I can see you tripping all over yourself. You can see it too, Amelia, Despicable whispered. Could it be true? Amelia now wondered. Despicable's thoughts were starting to become Amelia's thoughts. Orville reached out his hand and said, "Come on, Amelia, let's go for number 25. They looked at each other and began to laugh. Just then they heard a loud buzzing and looked up to see a bright and dazzling sight. It was Despicable Dragonfly, and he dropped softly to the ground next to Amelia. It was easier being a caterpillar, Amelia. Turn in your wings and quit being a butterfly, whispered the dragonfly. Orville jumped between Despicable and Amelia. You leave right now, Despicable Dragonfly, commanded Orville. What you say is always a lie. We don't believe you, so bye-bye, Dragonfly. The dragonfly quickly buzzed straight up into the air. All those butterflies in my airspace are really bugging me, complained Despicable Dragonfly. The good news had been spreading fast about the dreams of your heart coming true, though. Oh, goodness. I better read that page. What on earth? I apologize for that page. It was early the next morning when Orville knocked on Amelia's door. Amelia, get your gear. This is the day you'll land perfectly, said Orville. He always knew she had it in her to be a great butterfly. Amelia opened the door a crack. She peeked out and saw Orville tightening his helmet. What if Despicable Dragonfly is right? She asked. What if I always trip? What if... Orville didn't let her finish the last what if, because he had this to say to Amelia. Now you listen to me, Amelia Earhart Butterfly. That thought is not yours. It is a dragonfly lie. Say bye-bye, dragonfly. Your thoughts are never mine. I have been set free. I see you flying and landing so smooth. Come on, Amelia. It's time to improve. Amelia's thoughts turned to winning. She could see herself soaring this time as she jumped into her flight gear. Orville held the door open as she zoomed into the air. There wasn't a sputter, a flip, or a flop. She eyed the pond as she swooped down towards the field. Then Amelia heard a buzzing and saw a Despicable Dragonfly darting towards her. He dropped lower to whisper his lies. Before he could speak, Amelia swooped lower and sang out, What you say is always a lie, so bye-bye, dragonfly, as she glided to a perfect landing in the meadow grass. Despicable Dragonfly had dropped so close to the pond that he almost became a bullfrog's lunch. He fled in terror, a defeated dragonfly. Orville and Amelia became a great flying team. They carried the truth to every town and defeated fear wherever they performed. Always singing, "Bye bye, dragonfly, your thoughts are never mine, I have been set free." I apologize for the religious intents in this book. I actually had no idea until just reading it now. Hopefully that didn't ruin it for you. Okay, I've got one more book. Hopefully this one doesn't have as troubling of a underlay. And this one is called Skyfire. One day, Bear looked out his window and saw a rainbow. He had never seen a rainbow before. To Bear, it looked like the sky was on fire. "Oh my goodness," called Bear to his friend Little Bird. "Just look at the sky." Little Bird flew over to Bear's window. "Why, it's a rainbow," said Little Bird. "Come on, let's go find the pot of gold." "Pot of gold," said Bear. "What are you talking about?" "Don't you know?" replied Little Bird. "They say there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow." "What nonsense," said Bear. "The sky is on fire, and all you can talk about is gold." And he picked up an empty honey pot and ran outside. At the pond, Bear filled the pot with water. Then he ran towards the rainbow. He ran, and he ran, and he ran. "Look, Bear," said Little Bird. "The rainbow ends right behind that hollow tree." But Bear wasn't listening. He was busy climbing a hill. When he got to the top, he threw the water at the rainbow. Just then, the rainbow faded away. Little Bird chirped, "Look, Bear, I found the gold." Bear went to the tree. Inside he found lots of golden honey. He filled his pot and took it home. That night, Little Bird came over. Bear made honey cakes. After dinner, they went for a boat ride. For a long while, they were very quiet. Then Little Bird said, "So it was a rainbow, and I found the pot of gold." "Oh no, it wasn't," replied Bear. "It was a sky fire, and I put it out." Very cute. There was another one that I was planning on reading, but I think my kids have stashed it in their room. with some of their other books. But that's alright, because it just gives me more to read next time. So for now, I think that's it. But I will certainly be back soon. I hope everybody has a good night.